Welcome to the lesson today. Today we're doing phrasal verbs with keep. You can see I'm still in not such a good room, so please bear with me. I'm hoping to have a better place to do these lessons soon, and a better microphone and a proper place where I can do this, but I'm still doing this in my bedroom against a wardrobe, so there's not much I can do to improve the quality, but in the future, hopefully one day, I'll be able to. Now let's start with keep back. Keep back just means stay back. A teacher could keep a child back at lunchtime, meaning that they will keep them in the class, keep them in the classroom in their break, and that would be keeping someone back as well. And so it could be used in a few metaphorical senses. But keep back basically means stay away from, stay back from. So keep away from, stay away from. I think a number of keep phrasal verbs are fairly logical, and they mean what you would expect them to mean, but not all of them. So if we look at keep someone abreast of current affairs, or keep someone abreast of developments, then this means keep someone informed. And it's quite a formal phrasal verb to keep someone abreast of developments or keep someone abreast of any changes to the schedule or something like that. So it's quite formal. It's perhaps not so good for informal speech, but it's regularly used. It's a good one to be aware of. Okay, if you keep at something, you persist in doing it. It's very often used for something difficult but positive. So I hope that many of my viewers have been keeping at these phrasal verbs, because I've been making these videos now for a number of years, and I hope you've been keeping at them, because you will improve if you keep at them, if you keep on doing them. And this is the main difference between keep at and keep on. Keep on means continue doing. Keep at means persist in something. So you could keep at your homework for 3 hours, or you could keep on doing your homework for 3 hours. You just need to use the verb after on, continue doing it for 3 hours. But keep at, you can straight away use the noun. He kept at his homework for 3 hours. That's the only difference I can really see between these two, but they're both very common phrasal verbs as well. So yeah, they're very subtle, the differences between different phrasal verbs. Let's have a look at the next one. Keep on at someone. Now, again, those of you who've kept at this course for a number of months, they should remember keep on at from phrasal verbs of talking, and maybe even phrasal verbs with at. I think I included it in that lesson as well. Now, if somebody keeps on at you, it means that they nag you. They constantly criticize you. Now, there are two possibilities here. That's why I've written two, nag and constantly criticize. They could be constantly criticizing you, or they could be constantly demanding something from you. And both would be good for keep on at. So you could say something like, my dad always keeps on at me to cut my hair. That's one possibility. Or you could also say, my dad always keeps on at me to, it could be anything really, to do my homework, and then he's nagging you. He's pestering you to do your homework. And I want to remind you that we also have go on at and be on at someone, and they are very much the same as keep on at someone. Now, there's another one which is very similar, keep on about something. This isn't really criticizing necessarily, but it's when you continually talk about something. So if you keep on about your wedding, it means you continually talk about your wedding, perhaps to the annoyance of your friends. It's very similar to going on about, or maybe even droning on about, but drone on about would be negative down here. This one's very negative. Sorry, I made that very clear, but yeah, drone on about is very negative. But keep on about or go on about does sound like the person is talking a bit too much. They keep going on about it. They're continually going on about it. But you should see that there is some similarity here with the main difference being keep on at someone. My dad keeps on at me to get my hair cut. and keep on about something. So my dad keeps on about my hair or something like that. So you've got the something after on about and the someone after on at. So they are different. Keep up with, it could have a few different meanings. It could mean to stay level with someone. So if you're running a race and you keep up with the other runners, you stay level with them. But it could also be used metaphorically in a class. If one student isn't keeping up with the rest of the class, he's not staying at the same level as the rest of the class. Perhaps he's missed a lot of classes, and so he's fallen behind. That would be another good phrasal verb here, to fall behind. And if the student has fallen behind, if he's lagging behind the other students, another good phrasal verb. If he's lagging behind or fallen behind the other students, he's not keeping up with them. Now, it doesn't only mean stay level with, we've done that one. It also could mean stay up to date. So if you keep up with all the latest technology, it means you stay up to date with all the latest technology. You can see that I have problems with keeping up with the latest technology, which is why I still have problems with microphones and things like that. But yeah, keep up with, it could also mean to stay up to date with. And for this reason, we talk about keeping up with your neighbours, in the sense of not necessarily up to date, but keeping up with the Joneses, we say. And it means trying to do your best to make sure that you have just as many cool things that they do. So it's staying level with them, perhaps on a social level. Also, it can mean stay informed, which makes it pretty much the same as keep someone abreast of. If you say, I like to keep up with the latest news or the latest developments, it means I would like to keep myself abreast of the latest news, the latest developments. And so it can also mean stay informed, keep up with whatever's going on in some other country, perhaps. You like to stay informed with what goes on there. Okay, keep up on its own without with. It can mean stay level. Yeah, so I might say, come on, keep up. Keep up with the rest of the team, but yeah, I mean, same as this one, basically. But it can also mean maintain the effort. If you say you're doing really well, keep it up. Teachers very often say this, you're doing really well, keep it up. And if they do say so, if they say keep it up, it means you're doing really well, keep making the same effort. You're doing very well, don't stop, don't give up, keep it up. Okay, if you keep to yourself, this could mean that you avoid interaction with other people. You just keep to yourself. You don't like to socialize with other people. You prefer to be a little bit more reserved, a little bit shyer, and you avoid interaction with others. But you could also have a secret which you keep to yourself. And so this means avoid telling others the secret. Maybe somebody lets you in on a secret, but you decide to keep it to yourself. You don't go and tell everybody about it, you keep it to yourself. So remember, let someone in on as well. I always try and repeat old phrasal verbs in these lessons so that you don't forget them. Let someone in on, it means allow someone to know a secret. Tell someone a secret. Okay, keep to is exactly the same as stick to. So you might have a plan, and if you keep to the plan, you remain loyal to the plan, you remain faithful to the plan, you stick to the plan. So keep to is quite common, and it just means remain, stay with something, stay loyal to something. Very often a plan or a schedule or a timetable. If you keep out, well, I'm trying to keep my little kitten out at the moment because I've got a new little kitten, and if she were in my classroom, she would be annoying me right now. She tends to jump on my feet and things like that, so I've kept her out. I've shut the door, and my door doesn't have a handle which locks, so I've had to put the radiator against the door to keep her out. Keep off, it means pretty much what you expect it to mean. It means stay off. So you can say keep off the grass. Yeah, quite often you'll see a sign that says keep off the grass. It just means stay off of something. If you keep it together, then you maintain your composure. You might say this to somebody who is throwing a tantrum, someone who is having hysterics, somebody who is overreacting emotionally. you'll say keep it together, and it means maintain your composure, avoid emotional reactions, hold yourself back. If you remember hold back, when you hold yourself back, it means you avoid acting too emotionally and you try and keep it together. So please notice that in English quite often avoiding emotional reactions is positive. Because it seems quite childish to react emotionally as an adult. Okay, if you keep in, if a teacher keeps a child in during the break, it's like keeping them back because they've been naughty. But you know, I have to keep the kitten in at the moment because she's only a little kitten, she can't go out in the garden. If you keep in with the neighbours, I'm trying to keep in with the neighbours because I've just moved, it means you stay in a good relationship with someone. So it's similar to get on with. If you keep in with a group of people, you try your best to continually have a good relationship with that group of people. So yeah, I'm trying my best to keep in with the neighbours. Keep someone from doing something is the same as prevent someone from doing something. So if you say my illness kept me from studying hard for the exam, it means the illness prevented you from studying hard for the exam. But it has a second meaning as well, which is similar. Preserve something from. So if you keep something from the air, that means you make sure that the air can't get to this something. So maybe we're talking about some wood. Maybe you've got a new shed in the garden and you need to keep the humidity from the shed. And it means keep the humidity out of the wood. Keep the humidity away from the wood. Stop the water getting into the wood and stop the wood from rotting. So it can also mean preserve from. Not as common as prevent though. Prevent someone from. Okay, if you keep something down, if you keep the noise down, you be quiet. But if you keep prices down, you stop them from increasing. You try and keep them as low as possible. If you can't keep your food down, you're continually vomiting because you're so sick. It just keeps coming up again. And so you also say keep your food down for when you're able to not vomit. So hopefully you're all keeping your food down. If you keep your population down, then you repress them in some way. It sounds like you're a dictator and you're keeping the maybe you're keeping the working classes down or something like that. You're repressing them. But it can also be used in a physical sense of stay low. So if you're in the military and you're in the middle of a battle, you might tell the other soldiers to keep down, to lie down, to stay down, because somebody's shooting at you. Okay, if there's any questions about these phrasal verbs, please ask them under the video. I'll be delighted to answer any questions, and I hope to see you all soon. Thanks for watching.